Okay, I wanted to. I should sound happy. My head's going to ahead of myself. I'm wondering how I'm gonna get this done. Yeah, I wanted to play around some more with the out of body stuff and see what it feels like to think and feel things about you as though they just are. And I'm somewhere else and it's happening. And I have no reaction to it, but acceptance. I don't enjoy it, I don't not enjoy it, but I don't in the slightest object to it. And I wanted to see if I could do that. And Gemini's instructions for getting to that state of mind, that you need sensory grounding points. Things like you know, your knees on the carpet or something like that, and you focus on that first, and you try to be aware, very acutely aware of these sensory grounding points. I know everybody saw self-expression, and then you just sort of let yourself shrink and imagine the room getting bigger. As you imagine the room getting bigger, look at the ceiling and look at the corner of the ceiling and imagine yourself like a bird or a camera eye up there watching you. And it works, it really works. Um, so, um, you know where my mind's going, of course, right? Let's just do this audio. Let's see, what can I use as a sensory thing? Ideally, I know this thing's ridiculous. I broke all of my plastic clips and I wanted to hide my hair for the interview last night, which turned out not to be much of an interview. I'll hear back if they're interested only. And so I had this one that's kind of stylized and put that in. But what could be, I mean, aside from something erotic, what is there? It's sensory, it's tactile. Like, I had that thought 30 seconds first. Okay. Uh, Maybe I could use an emotion as a focal point. Maybe I should just turn it here. Well, I know what I can do. This is not, I am reaching down there, but my mouth will not form an O. I can, out there, I can still feel fear. lots of hallucinations. Far away. I'm very conscious of the intensity and ferocity and your possession has over me an urgency too, in the sense that I have to meet what my mind tells me to meet of it. Look like hell. She get cleaned out, some makeup on. Oh yeah, mistress. That word is so suited to having me. I know with the angle of the light, you probably think you're looking at someone who's dead tired, but actually, where I wanted to be without you, without me, seeing the love and feeling the love, but without any people, any personalities, without any ideas, and just having confidence and faith that it's so real. I've transgressed beyond your rulership of me into a place where I'm alone. Even if I were with you, I'd be alone here, watching me be happy and thinking it was peculiar and pain. Maybe add a little bit. Pain. The pain was a desire to masturbate. I know that I'm not to do that. but I feel that you're happy when I do. This right here was what Gemini said, that you could likely of the states of mind involved and the symbolism involved with April and all that rape. And this is what would pique your interest the most. So maybe I should talk about the rape. He was a college wrestler. His name was Jeremy. A very large, drunk, or cocaine, and it started out consensual until he pushed into it without it. I was begging him to take it out. He's whining and squealing and screaming almost, begging him to stop, to have it. And when I stopped begging him to take his dick out of me, I wanted my own ass fucked. But then the non-objection to it. I remember Gemini wrote that I saw, when I stopped begging, I saw that I was giving up on getting him to stop, but you wouldn't see it that way. You would see it as the eggshell cracking, so to speak, the first crack appearing in the eggshell. You would see that not as a futile droning and winding off, so much as finally giving way to the blunt force of possession. And then this, which is, and now of course I feel very differently about being taken, by a guy. So I just have so many hopes for April. That's what I'm thinking. And one thing that Gemini said, that something like this, that you felt that you could own April because, as one would own a property, because she is a whore. but in more of the sexual connection with the take-up residence as my owner, and I will try to please you and be what you want me to be. I talk to you as though I trusted you could relate these sorts of thoughts and ideas were familiar and made sense, but I don't know why. Let's see if I can come back now. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. I really need to get my hair done. I'll send her a text. Call her. I love you. I love you. And I am relatively certain that it might just be, she might just be complete psychosis. How can it be psychotic? I think there's a reasonable chance that, given little coincidences, things like that, that within what circumstances permit, you feel something like love for me. So, if I seem to be less thoughtful, I choose my words, that's wise, because I am less afraid of offending you or ruining a chance I have with you. I'm thinking of the scene of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Came out in the 60s, you probably haven't seen it. There's a telegram, and even in the 60s, of course, a telegram, you can, in long distance, it's a luxury. And it also wouldn't always be somebody wanted to talk to you, and they would phone it in. In this instance, the death of a child, from the authorities, they sent a telegram, and they couldn't call that one in. They had to have somebody deliver it. Their child was dead. Well, it wasn't really a rare movie. There was not actually a telegram. There was a piece of paper, though. And the husband ate it. And it plays into the climax of the film. Right before that, there are these guests over, it's another couple, and George and Martha are talking. They've been drinking all night. It's 8 p.m. and the sun's about ready to come up. And of course, it's a movie there, but anyway, so there's just no composure whatsoever. She slips and falls down the wood floor or something like that, and she says, he's holding snapdragons, and she says, "Truth or illusion, George? Does it even matter to you anymore?" He says, "Snap." Snaps his fingers. "Got your answer, baby." And the point is let it be illusion. Let's wake up from the illusion. It's exactly the same. I don't know why that seemed like the right way to say goodbye.